Hey everyone, so today we're going to read about Noah Presgrove. He is 19 years old. He is from Jefferson County, Oklahoma, or that's where his body was found. He was found dead on a highway on Labor Day of 2023, which was September 4th. And he was wearing only his shoes, he had no clothes on. And I guess his teeth were knocked out at that. They don't believe it was a hit and run, which is odd because, he's found dead on the highway, but why would his clothes be off? It's just very strange. He'd been at a party earlier that day. This was like 30 miles from his house, so people are saying, well, he wouldn't have tried to walk home from the party, Some people are saying, well, maybe he did, but um either way, his family doesn't know what happened to him. Everybody is questioning it. It sounds like there's a lot of information that just is not available so that they can figure this out. So we're just going to go ahead and ask about this being foul play or accident, suicide, natural death, kind of our normal. I mean, I can't imagine it could be a suicide. I don't know how that would be a suicide. But we are just going to go ahead and ask some of our normal questions and see where we get with this. It's really a mystery. Um, and some people think something happened at the party. He got in an accident. I saw a sister be interviewed, and she said, maybe he fell off an ATV, or there's a lot of different theories out there of what happened, but nobody knows. All right, so let's ask about this being foul play. Someone else involved in his passing. Foul play for Noah Presgrove. That's this one. That is the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is like putting your ships to sail, waiting for your ships to come in. So that's like waiting for something. It has a foul play card. It doesn't like scream foul play to me. I'm going to ask for clarification on that because I'm going to need it. So let's see what that card, a little bit more on that card. Foul play. Now, this card sometimes I get when people are interested in someone's finances, or when they want to rob them or things like that. Still not 100% sure it's foul play, guys. I'm really not. We're going to have to go jump down to the what happened, I think. Let's move to an accident because I'm not getting a huge foul play there. Accident. None of those cards. Neither of those cards. An accident. This isn't really screaming accident to me either. What happened to this kid? I mean, that maybe he was asking for a ride, okay? I can kind of see that in this card because this person has a ticket in their pocket and they want to go somewhere. And it seems like this person's more powerful, maybe has the potential to take them somewhere. So, okay. Maybe he was there asking for a ride, wanting to get a ride. So let's ask a little bit more about that because that ticket is standing out to me. A little bit more about accident and him maybe wanting a ride on the highway. A little bit more about accident and him wanting a ride. Well, now we have people doing things they ought not to do. That's the devil card. So I'm feeling more like he was trying to get a ride. People did say maybe he left the party angry. He might have gotten in a fight with a girl. And it kind of, now that I'm looking at it, looks like that I don't know if it's that exact scenario, but he may have left the party, gone to try to get a ride on the highway, and ran into people that were not good people. That's what it looks like. We're not good people. Maybe they were under the influence of drugs, that sort of thing. You ever see how people like hit other people? Where I used to live, moons ago, many moons ago, it was out in the country. and the kids had nothing to do. So they'd go get like baseball bats and go down the street at night and like hit people's mailboxes and knock their mailboxes over. That was fun for them. They never hit mine, thank goodness. But that's kind of giving me a vibe like that. Like he might have been trying to get a ride, catch a ride, and there may have been people pulling up that were nefarious, that were um, not good people. It could have been an accident, could have been an accident with people not really realizing sort of what they were doing or trying to do it. Maybe trying to scare someone but hit them anyway or something like that with a bat or something of that nature. But we'll look into that a little bit more. Um, I'm going to skip suicide and natural death because I don't think those two could be possibilities in this situation. We're going to ask about something happening at the party, though, because his sister feels it did. So, something happening at the party that he was at right before he disappeared. Something happening at the party. Well, that's a star card. For whatever reason, I feel like he was high. I don't know why that's jumping out at me with the star card, but I feel like he was kind of, yeah, like seeing stars, kind of that sort of thing. I think he was probably high. So I think he was stoned at the party. Sorry. His family, Noah Presgrove. I'm sure they know when kids go to the party, they're probably partying, right? That's what I get. I get that he was stoned. Um, Let me ask if he left the party on his own. Did Noah leave the party on his own? I guess he did have sort of a reputation for like leaving places and going. Noah leaving on his own. Well, that is the Empress, and that's a girl. So I'm wondering if a girl was with him or he left because of the girl. That was the story, he left because of the girl. So let's ask a little bit more about that, um, about his leaving the party. Give me a, was he alone or with someone else? There's lots of singular cards in tarot and lots of double cards in tarot. So that's really what I'm looking for here. Actually, I'm going to do this a little different. I put those back. I like to compare when I have two options. Let's just compare them. So, because we got the Empress, and really I could read that a couple different ways. Like, okay, maybe he left because of the girl, but the Empress is also a single card too, so maybe he left alone. So in that case, when I can look at it and say there could be two different stories here, I have to compare. So I'm going to compare the first one, which is him leaving on his own. We'll take a card for that. Noah leaving the party on his own. And that is his very first card. And then Noah leaving the party with other people. Seems like a lot of people at the party must not be talking because they don't have a lot of information. And this family's really desperate for it. They've been like, hey, it's been all these months. Somebody needs to come forward. So this is leaving on his own. And that's again him and a girl. So we saw that girl before. And now I have clarification that he probably left with the girl because here she is. They said girlfriend. This is the lover's card. Looks like he left with somebody else. The leaving on his own. No, I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I think he left with somebody else. That's when kind of this whole worst nightmare scenario played out. So let me ask if he was by himself at his passing. I don't think he was. All right, let's ask. I want to ask other questions, but let's ask, was he by himself at his passing? It seems like somebody else had to have been involved. Was he by himself? I guess if it was a car, though, they could have kept going. No, this is the whole traveling thing. And I'm wondering if somebody picked him up or if he got a ride from somebody. Something more happened. That's apparent here. All right, let me see if somebody gave him a ride because we did see him trying to get a ride before. Now we see this girl with him, that she left with him. Or he was with a girl at one point. Even this is the leaving card. That's a guy and a woman down there. All right, tell me about somebody else being with him. Somebody else being with him. Well, this is him trying to stand up to something he could not stand up to. The Page of Swords. I mean, it's like he's trying to defend himself. And there's loss there. Sometimes Page of Swords is somebody doing something they're ill-equipped to do. Trying to do something that's a little dangerous. We got that card with Kylie Rodney when she accidentally drove into the lake and then she drowned. She's trying to drive drunk, but she can't, right? She doesn't have quite the faculties to do so. Then we have this sad situation. So it's like he was trying to do something he was ill-equipped to do, and then it led to this situation of sadness. I do have two singular cards here. So at the time of his passing, I do feel he was by himself, most likely. That doesn't mean there was something that happened before he passed, right? That led to him passing by himself. It also looks like there was more involvement with this girl and him actually kind of leaving with her. Maybe there was some sort of split in between then, but I question that too. I question that. All right. Let's see if he was beaten, because that was one of the questions that people, they were thinking he was. It's hard not to think that when you see the situation. Was he beaten? Well, gosh, look at that for a beaten card. That's the Five of Wands. It does look like he was, possibly by more than one person. That's what it looks like to me. People say he was a really nice guy and they can't get over like the thought of somebody doing that to him, because like who would want to do that? He got along with everybody. But listen, if you're out there walking on the highway and there's idiots that maybe are under the influence and you're just standing there and I don't know, maybe they get too close to you, you yell at them. Things happen like that. We all know things happen like that, especially if Noah too might have been a little under the influence or something, or trying to get a ride with them. It just looks like there were some bad people involved in this, and I think they left him there. I'm going to go with some of these other theories and see what we've got. His sister mentioned something about the Fight Club. I don't know what that is. Did they all just get together and fight each other? Was this the result of the Fight Club? I mean, we saw the fighting in the Five of Wands there. Well, I mean, for fighting, these aren't the greatest cards, because this is a card of somebody passing and this is a card of somebody passing, The Four of Swords is a guy literally laying on his coffin. He's resting. He can be seen as resting, but in many of these readings that I do with missing people or past people, that's a sign the person's passed. Also, we got the World card. That's someone leaving this world. I mean, they are looking back saying, adios, I'm leaving this world. This is a card of being finished, being done. The Fight Club, very strongly, I have cards pointing towards Fight Club. And then we have these guys all fighting. I don't know what the Fight Club is, but somebody, maybe one of you guys know that. Put it in the comments. What is the Fight Club? I don't know. ATV accident was another thing people were saying, so let's look at that. I mean, the strongest thing I have right now is this whole Fight Club thing. ATV accident. In which case, I'm surprised nobody's talked if that's the case. ATV accident looks like he might have been doing some stupid, dangerous stuff. I mean, he looks like he got his head maybe hurt. This guy's a little bit hurt, but not terribly hurt, just a little bit hurt. Could have got a head wound from it, but I don't think he died from the ATV situation. Let's ask about a hit and run. Hit and run, because some people are saying it was not a hit and run. Hit and run. All right, so, yeah, no, I don't think so. Um, this, like, sneaky, taking the person away kind of thing. This is often when I get this card, a body's been moved. This card is the Eight of Cups, and that's leaving, and we saw he did leave. So we've got him leaving. I don't know what time this happened, but in this card, it's happening at night, leaving at night. But I also see this whole sneaky something going on. We had that stuff with the Fight Club. I don't know if it had to do with the Fight Club, but some sort of, I feel like moving. Let me just ask if his body was moved. I've gotten two cards so far that suggest that he may have been moved. One being this Six of Swords, because that sometimes is moving. And then we've got this other Seven of Swords right after that. And then we've got that fight. All right, let me ask about his body being moved. His body being moved. Noah's body being moved. I feel like it was, or it was thrown to the air or something. I mean, these are flying through the air. So flying through the air makes you think car accident, but they don't think it was a car accident. And we didn't get real strong car accident. We got more like Fight Club. It is an 8. It makes you question, was it like moved 8 miles or something in that nature too? But I feel this flying through the air. I'm just going to be honest. Whatever that was, I feel him flying through the air. So there was some sort of flying through the air and some impact. That's what I get. It's kind of bizarre. And that makes me feel more like along the lines of a car accident. But then there's the whole no clothes. Cards are pointing to Fight Club big time. Let's ask if it's a cover up. That's my next question. And that's where we are, right? Was this a cover up? Was his body put there? Was this a cover up? Was Noah's body put there? I kind of feel like that is where he died. This is the death card. I feel like that is where he died. This is kind of confusing. I'm just going to have to go with a what happened in a minute here. Let's ask how he got the blunt force trauma. How did he get this blunt force trauma? How did Noah get the blunt force trauma? I guess I have to take both of these. Well, that is the truth, and it's somebody he knows, a friend. The truth, that's my Queen of Swords. She's my truth lady. When I get her, I know. The truth lies with somebody he knows, with a friend. So it does feel like kind of a cover up. Something weird happened. Somebody like hit him way too hard and he went flying through the air. And this may be Fight Club, but then there's By the Road, and I feel like he died by the road. And his teeth were knocked out by the road. His teeth were laying on the ground next to him. Okay, let me look at it this way. Maybe was it some people involved in the Fight Club that may have done something to him out the window while he was walking or something, thinking it was going to be a joke, but it wasn't? Or was he really hit by the car? Because there's a point of impact here. I can feel it, and I can feel him flying. There's a point of impact in him flying through the air. So whether they used a weapon, a bat, we've got these guys, right? Something of that nature, and hit him with it, or I feel like he died there by the road, or they did hit him with a car somehow without it looking like a car accident. I'm going to ask about that blunt force trauma again. Tell us about that blunt force trauma. Blunt force trauma. Well, that is the Seven of Pentacles. And that is something happening, growing, growing, growing. So it's like, I think it wasn't just one time. I feel like it was one on top of another, on top of another, on top of another. I hate to say that. I kind of feel like all right, let's see if I'm just going to read into this. Was he attacked? Was he attacked by somebody he knows, it looks like. I wish it was a stranger, but it doesn't look that way. Was he attacked by somebody he knows? See, now we have a vehicle. Now we have the vehicle. Either they hit him with the vehicle or they were in the vehicle. That's what I think. By the road. He was trying to get a ride, I think. That's what it looks like. I don't know if they thought they were joking and this was a big accident, or like they were gonna like swerve and pretend to hit him but not really hit him, but then they hit him, that kind of thing. It almost feels like something of that nature. Let's ask, was this intentional? Was this Noah Presgrove, him passing, intentional? Because in Fight Club, I'm guessing they fought each other, but it wasn't intentionally trying to like really, really harm each other. And we had this big pull towards that Fight Club. I question who's in the Fight Club at this point. So was this intentional, intentionally trying to really hurt him? Oops. This is like Justice, and this is the Ten of Cups, which are odd cards. I mean, Justice is somebody trying to like often get back and take justice in their own hands. That happens. The person's mad or whatever. But why do we have the Ten of Cups here as like we were happy together? Somebody you were close to. And we keep seeing that theme, someone he was close to. I'm questioning this whole Ten of Cups. I'm going to ask for a little clarification on that, but again, it just makes me feel as if somebody he knew. Ten of Cups, give me some clarification on that. Why is that popping up? Ten of Cups, why is that popping up? See, it happened so fast, just rushing in. Rushing in recklessly is what we've got. Rushing in recklessly. I do feel it was in a vehicle. The guy's got a weapon in his hand. You know, it feels intentional. It feels like somebody he knew. The Justice has a weapon in his hand too. And it feels like this person was trying to get back at him. I don't know if all these kids were drunk that night, angry. I would love to say they could have been rushing in stupidly, okay? Didn't have to be angry, but it looks like they were taking justice in their own hands. So whether there was a argument, somebody said something that they didn't like, and they were going to go and do something, hit him. I'm just going to ask about accident again. Was this situation an accident? I don't know. It's not really looking like an accident. Accident. Tell me about an accident. It really looks like somebody was trying to overpower him, and that's what I see. So I'm not convinced this is an accident, guys. I think someone got pissed off. Too much temper, young boy, anger. I think he was trying to get a ride at one point. Somebody maybe have offered him a ride, came up on him. There was a point of impact and he went flying. I could feel that with what happened to him. And then we've got this whole fighting guys, people he was fighting with. It pointed strongly to Fight Club. This looks like somebody he knew. It looks like perhaps both parties. I see him being high. I see the other people being under the influence. So You put that big mix together of people drinking or being high, they're under the influence, they're one's pissed off and leaves the party. Somehow that girl was involved to a little bit of degree as well. And then there's a fight afterwards. There's a fight afterwards. It had something to do with the vehicle. The movement may have been just him flying through the air, but I do feel like he moved, and then that's where he died. So definitely other people were involved. People he knew. People he knew. This has got to come out. Let me ask if the truth is going to come out. It's got to. You can only hide things like this for so long. Will the truth come out? I kind of think it will. That's the Hierophant. You know, he's a priest. You know what people do with a priest? They go and confess. So I kind of think it will. I kind of think it will. Yeah, I do. I do. Give it time. Give it time. I think there will be a confession eventually in this. All right. Well, that is what I got for Noah Presgrove. Um, just a bad situation that night on the road. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.